Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, The State of Our World on Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. So what is it? Let's see if we can find out. The coronavirus is still with us, unfortunately. As of early this evening, we had 7,580,607 confirmed cases in the United States. And we also had 212,921 people who have passed away from this virus. It's a real tragedy because it was ignored, managed poorly by the President Trump and his administration. Should have called for a national lockdown. People only go out when they need to, shelter in place, quarantine, wear a mask when you're in public, practice social distancing, make sure there's plenty of personal protective equipment for everyone in the country, and plenty of tests, and organize the testing and keep track of the results. But they didn't do that. As a result, we have 7 million plus cases and over 200,000 fatalities from this virus. It didn't have to be this way, but it is. But you need to keep track of all the vulnerable populations and help them, like the healthcare workers, the essential workers, the first responders, the those living in nursing homes, assisted living homes, retirement homes, and veteran homes, and those who do not have a home, who live on the street or in a shelter. Have to protect them. Those living in asylums, centers, detention centers, prisons, and jails, and those living on Native American reservations. They are very vulnerable. A lot of not everyone on the reservation has electricity. Not everyone on the reservation has running water. So, we really need to look out for those people. And that should be what we should be doing, but we're not. Trump tested positive for the virus, was in the hospital for a few days, and after 3 days in the hospital, he declared himself cured, and he left the hospital and he went back to the White House, but he did not practice social distancing, did not wear a mask, and exposed White House staff to the virus. And some White House staff have contracted the virus because of him. Now, the virus may have originated in China, but once it's in your country, it's your responsibility. Trump will say that he shut down the border to Chinese people coming here. Well, he didn't really do that completely, because after he said that, roughly 47,000 Chinese people did come to the United States. So it's very strange, very poor management, ignoring the virus, saying it's a hoax, it's fake news, but it's real. 7 million plus people have the virus, and 212,921 people have passed away from this virus. That's in just the United States. And for his neglect of the situation here, and then allowing people from here to travel elsewhere, he spread that virus to other parts of the world. And whenever he deports someone who's seeking asylum who has the virus, he's deporting the virus with them. So, very sad state of affairs. Now, in addition to the virus, we have an election coming up. People are voting already. November 3rd, it's a presidential election. It's a big one. Make sure you're registered to vote. Vote by mail if your state allows it. Get your ballot. Now, study the candidates and issues on your ballot and vote. Very important. And we still have criminal justice problems. We have and racial problems. We have the murder of George Floyd in Minnesota by a white police officer a few months ago, and we have the murder of Breonna Taylor, an EMT and nursing student who was killed by police detectives in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, and they broke into her home with a no-knock warrant and shot her. Very, very bad situation. These cases are ongoing. I don't know when they will be solved. But we really have to do this. We have the virus, we have the election, we have police brutality, we have racism, we have a what else we have? We have a post office that's being attempted to be destroyed by the new Postmaster General appointed by Trump, DeGioia, but we're fighting back on that. Also, the Trump administration, for some reason, doesn't want the census, which is done every 10 years, to take place. And his next step may be to stop it using the Supreme Court. I don't know. But anyway, the census is supposed to go through the end of October. He tried to get it end of September, but it's continuing. Census is continuing. And he also wanted the totals to be released before the end of the year for apportionment purposes, like number of representatives in the House of Representatives, things like that. But the numbers don't have to be released until April, according to a court order. So, I don't know why he's afraid of numbers. Now, we have a situation in, well, there's a news show called Democracy Now! Hosted by Amy Goodman, and it's called Democracy Now! And they cover things that you don't hear about in the regular media. And back in 1979, in Greensboro, North Carolina, the police officers in Greensboro allowed the Klan and Nazis to kill 5 anti-racists who were protesting for equality and justice. And the Klan and the Nazis came in, killed these people, and the police in Greensboro let it happen, didn't do anything to stop them. Now, 41 years later, the Greensboro City Council has apologized for allowing the Klan and Nazis to kill 5 anti-racists in Greensboro. And the 5 people they killed were African Americans. 41 years is a pretty long time, but it happened. So that's something positive to think about. But the thing is, that's the past, but we still have the police in various parts of the country killing minority people who have not really done anything wrong. If you're suspected of a crime and you're white, it should be okay. If you're suspected of a crime and you're brown or black, you may not be okay. So there's a lot of things that need to be righted in this country. I have a chance to do some of that with the election. Now, we need to know about what's happening and keep track, keep informed. Now, I think maybe it's time for a little music. So what are we going to sing? That is a good question. Okay. Alright, I think maybe I'm going to sing a song. What do I want to sing? That's a good question. What do I sing? Alright, I'm going to sing, okay, here we go. Now I've got it. I'm going to sing, Amazing Grace, a very old song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already become. His grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Okay, that was Amazing Grace. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening of Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. Hope you'll tune in again tomorrow evening to another meeting of Carolyn Speaks, State of Our World. Stay safe, take care of yourself and others, and remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.